We're back with Dr. Kuri Chowdhury, and she's revealing the best Ayurvedic fat fighters. The next fat fighter is something she calls the super fat-fighting herb, Triphala. What is Triphala?
Triphala is a fundamental Ayurvedic herb. It's the one herb that I think every American should be on. It's made out of 3 berries. It's a dried up 3 berries. And the 3 berries are amalaki, haritaki, and bibitaki. Amalaki is an antioxidant, and it is wonderful getting rid of inflammation in your body and increasing lean body mass, as well as helping to control your blood sugar. Your body looks at sugar the same way it looks at fat. After sugars get up to a certain point, your body will store them as fat. Haritaki is a wonderful berry for getting rid of toxins in the colon, which is, again, one of the most important organs for preventing it from turning into ama. And bibitaki is an herb that just gets rid of all of the extra water and fat in your cells.
Well, you know, I was curious about this. I had not heard of Triphala before.
Which surprised me.
And you know, we've talked about so many different things on the show, but how it slipped through the cracks, I don't know. But I had the medical unit research into it, and there's actually been studies done. I mean, typical high-quality medical studies. And guess what? In this big study we saw, 10 pounds were lost per person over 12 weeks. Everything else the same, but they lost about 1 pound a week extra than they would have lost. So the question then becomes, how do I get it? and how do I mix it up? What's the best way to take it? Walk us through the details.
The best and the strongest way to take Triphala is as a powder. Not always the easiest way to take it, but it's definitely the most effective. And I came up with my own little Triphala treat, if you will. But this is how I actually take Triphala at my house. I get about a ½ cup of warm water, add ½ teaspoon of Triphala powder, which is what we have here, a teaspoon of psyllium husk, as well as a teaspoon of ground flaxseed, and that just helps you to get your insoluble fiber. Mix it all together and swallow. Say a prayer and then swallow.
Oh. Now I know we haven't talked about it before.
All right.
It's really not
For you
a treat for the mouth.
Ayurvedic newbies, you can go straight to the pill, which is just as effective and a lot easier on the tongue.
This maybe I'll go with. And you say we have to take it at night?
Yes, Ayurvedic herbs are given depending on the type of action you want. And so Triphala is taken at night because that is when it's most powerful in its detoxing activities. You just take 2 tablets at night about an hour before you go to bed.
Yeah, I got to say, I have to thank you for this, because there are a lot of folks who are going to benefit, I think. Now that I've seen the research, and I appreciate the understanding, and for a lot of us who have been thinking again about just running harder into that wall of weight loss, the idea that we can use a tradition thousands of years old without physicians being upset about the results is